You have to enjoy the process as much as the destination.
Kabisa.
Yeah. So let us know what your process has been like in 2020. But right now we have an amazing guest. We're going to be focusing on the modeling industry. So if modeling is something that you've wanted to do, so stick around because she has some very interesting nuggets that could actually serve you to achieve your goals.
Her name is Tiffany Hatano. I hope I pronounced that right.
Yes, you pronounced it perfectly.
Welcome so much to Full Circle.
Yes, thank you guys for having me.
And welcome to Kenya once again.
Yes.
How long have you been around?
So I've been here going probably on a month now. Yeah, but I was actually born here in Kenya, but I left to the States when I was a little girl. So this is my first time coming back, and it's been interesting. It's different here.
All right.
Yeah.
So what have you been enjoying in terms of maybe food?
Oh my gosh, you guys, I've been gaining so much weight. I eat a lot of fish, a lot of seafood, ugali. I've been eating that, and I really enjoy the mango juice. Like, it's so fresh and like organic, so that's good.
All right.
Yeah.
And I know you're not very fluent with Swahili, but I don't know if you've learned any Swahili words.
You know what? People come up to me and then they start talking to me in Swahili, and I'm like, I have this look on my face. So I know a little bit. Is it jumbo? Jumbo, yeah. And then is it Asante, or I could be saying that wrong? Yeah. I know a little bit. I know like three. I know like three. Okay. So yeah.
Okay, so you're a model. How long have you been modeling for?
Oh wow, I've been modeling since I was like 19, maybe. So I'm 26 now. I just turned 26 on the 7th. So. But yeah, I've been modeling since I was like 19. It's been a long time.
And is it something that you always wanted to do, or you just sort of like fell into it?
I kind of fell into it. I have a friend in the United States. She was in the entertainment business, and we would always hang out, and she would tell me when I was younger, like, you would do good in this. And I would, you know, I was so young, so I wasn't taking it serious. So I remember one day we just booked a photographer and started taking pictures, and it went really well for me. But it's been a long time coming, you know, very long time.
And most people you'll find, especially in Kenya, maybe guys start here, then they get openings to go abroad. But for you, your big break was when you were away.
Yeah, yes and no. So I think one of the highlights in my career, I did something for a designer called Katao, but he's from Africa too, but he created a clothing brand out of Europe. So I was the only black girl to walk in his show. The rest of the models were like super tall and, you know, Caucasian. So that was a very pivotal moment for me. So that happened, and then shortly after that, I did a music video. You guys probably don't know the artist, but his name is Charlie Wilson. He's
I know Charlie Wilson.
Yeah. So I was featured in his video in Hollywood, which is LA, and then after that, I did another video. So those were 3 things that really took me into another level. But again, it took a very long time, like 4 or 5 years. Yeah.
So, you know, it's very interesting just listening to your trajectory. And I feel like there's a lesson in there for anyone who wants to be a model, because, you know, there's this stereotype that to get into modeling, everybody has to be like 6 feet tall. You have to have a certain body shape or size. But looking at you, really, you're very representative of the everyday woman.
Oh, yeah,
So
definitely.
what sort of opportunities have you found and have worked for you within the modeling industry at large?
I think that you have to find where you fit and like be okay with people telling you no. Like, believe it or not, I believe that God has opened doors for me just by having favor with certain people, because I knew, even with the runway show for Katao, I knew that I was not supposed to be there. I was looking around at the other girls, they're like this tall, and I'm like curvy, I have hips, I'm dark, you know, darker than them, I have tattoos. So I was like, wow, this is an amazing opportunity. But I feel like you have to be who you are, and however you walk the runway, you do it that way. Don't try to do it like everybody else. However you pose and take pictures, do it that way, because there's specific opportunities, I believe, that are already lined up for you. You know, you just have to be true to self, you know, and do you.
Okay, so you've mentioned several types of modeling, and maybe just run us through it, and really just from what your experience has been. You've talked about modeling in music videos, runway modeling. So what other opportunities exist for anyone who perhaps wants to take this up as a career?
Well, you know what? You can, believe it or not, there's hand modeling. You can have pretty hands.
Hand modeling?
Yeah!
You've done that?
Yeah, you can, you have pretty hands. You can do
thank
hand
you.
modeling. You can do feet. You can do
Feet
some people.
modeling?
Yes.
So
you
could
know.
you do feet modeling?
That's right.
No, we
And
have to
this
see his
applies-
feet to know.
This applies for both the girls and the boys.
Yes, and then even like back home in the States, like transgenders is a big thing too. So you have like one of my good friends, he actually was the first male model to be on Smashbox, the cosmetic line. So there's different genres. Like I just started dipping and dabbling in music videos, right? So I did that. Then you have runway, and then you have, kids that do little runway shows. So it just, again, it goes back to where you fit, and you have to be open too. Like I felt like because I was more curvy and I had more hips than the average girl, like considered in the US, right, that it would limit what I was able to do, but I have had unique opportunities. So
And so I want to know, because we're living in a world where social media is very, very integral, especially if you're within the media entertainment sector. So how has that facilitated your modeling?
I think social media, maybe I shouldn't say that on TV. Okay. I think that, I think it's good because it gives you your own lane. Like you can be your own model. You don't have to have 1 million followers. And you never know, someone might see you and discover you through Instagram or Facebook, right? But at the same time, I also believe that social media paints this picture of what a model should be. And that's not realistic. Like some people are not a size 0 and a size 2, some women are a size 16 and they're more curvier. So, but they're also equally as beautiful, so it goes back to, again, you have to find where you fit,
All right. And one of the challenges in any industry most of the time is starting. And especially in the African setting, modeling is not one of those things you'll tell your parents, I want to be a model, and they say, yes, go for it. Most African parents are not very...
People fall into it.
Yeah.
Instead of like, it's like somebody walked up to me and they're like, you're gorgeous. And literally you fall into it. But nobody, in this culture, it's very difficult to actually get your parents to sign on and say that we're going to invest in you, because unfortunately the industry is not very structured. I think the money is there, but what's lacking is the structure. Have you...
Maybe for someone who wants to start, where do they start and what opportunities are there? Because maybe if we look at it as a career, if someone wants to start, what opportunities are there for them?
Back home, I can't speak for here, but I know back home, there's always doors open for that. But believe it or not, in the United States, we have a lot of African women, and they're some of the highest paid in the industry, dark skin, very tall, believe it or not, and a lot of them grace a lot of the magazines over in the United States, like Vogue, Elle, different things like that, right? But what I would say is what I did was I got my own photographer and I was just having fun with it. And I didn't take it serious for 3 years, and I was just doing it like, oh, my pictures are cute.
Fun.
Yeah, and then people really started liking my stuff. I was like, oh, dang, okay. So it went somewhere and I saw doors open, thank God. But I would just say have fun with it. And if it's really for you and it's a passion, it'll just stick,
Okay. And probably as you wind up, if you look at your experience so far, what would you say are some of your best memories?
So I'm not gonna lie, when we did that runway show for Katao, I was a little drunk, but we had so much fun, dude. So that, and then I think for the music video I did for When I Got with Charlie Wilson, that was fun. They had a Rolls Royce, and we were in Malibu, by this big old house in Hollywood. So it was amazing. That was probably the best. But I always have fun in all my shoots. It's about having fun and capturing that moment.
Okay. So you're in Kenya for a couple more weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So how long was your trip initially, by the way?
You know what? I was supposed to leave on the 18th of October.
Okay, and we're in November. Tell us.
Yeah. I like Kenya. Yeah. I like it here, yeah.
And how is it for you perhaps now adjusting? And how is it traveling here, of course, taking into consideration that the world is going through the pandemic?
Yeah.
And of course, probably going back. Is that why you're apprehensive to go back to the United States? That Africa is a bit of a safer haven?
No, majority of my family is here in Kenya, so that's part of the reason. And being reunited is a good thing. And then I just think the change of scenery is good too. Like, you know, I get bored with the same thing over and over again. But with the pandemic, I mean, it's bad back home as well in America. And I don't see it getting better anytime soon. I wish people would take it more seriously, you know. But I don't know, I just like Kenya. I like it here. So.
All right.
Well, Kiko, thank you so much for joining us this morning. It's definitely been refreshing talking to you. I'm sure our viewers have learned quite a few things around if you want to take up modeling as a career. And I think, Sadiq, you have to re-emphasize our quote of the day.
It says, what you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. That's a quote by Zig Ziglar.
You've had it. So whether you're a model, whether you want to be a teacher, whether you want to be a babysitter, all dreams are valid. That's all we are saying to you this morning. Remember that you can get at us by the SMS line on your screen, 111 DJ Carrion on the decks. Keep those requests coming. Plus, I'm giving out a cake, 2.5 kgs to be precise. So what's your flavor? Vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, raspberry, black forest? Let me know who deserves to win a cake for November. I'm talking to the November babies. I'm a November baby. Yeah. So sijui kama neza lakini hapa.
Wait.
So we'll be right back after this.